Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Hilda Castellanos, and I'm the Senior Trainee at Invest Newark. It is my pleasure to welcome you all today. Thank you so much for making it to today's final session of our Ready, Set, Go World Cup Series event. I want to make sure that each one of you, if you have not done so already, take a moment at the front with my colleague Erica. We have the QR code for our business development grant application. And if you are planning on having any event World Cup related, please take the time to complete that application. It's about 25 questions, but you will have the opportunity to get up to $5,000 for your business. So you do want to make sure that you're doing that.
How much?
$5,000. Can you believe it? And if you don't want it, you can go ahead and apply and you can give it to me. That's fine. I'll go and spend it on your business, I promise. No, seriously, guys, it has been a pleasure to be partnering with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Louis is always amazing at everything that he does, and his team is also equally amazing. Today, we're going to be able to hear from the expert about how you can really promote yourself on social media and your business. So please make any questions that you may have throughout the presentation when it comes to that. Please make sure that you do not leave today without posting that question, okay? Louis?
Thank you. And this may not necessarily be the last session, because on Monday at 6 p.m., we are doing something with the FIFA World Committee. And basically, they have a reward program where you can register if you have a physical location or if you offer experiences, and that is at no cost. But on Monday, we are planning on guide you through the process of applying for that process with them. And Bettina Garibaldi, who is the market manager for the committee, will join in us on Monday. The most important thing is that we have been working on this since the day that they announced that the World Cup was coming to New Jersey. Unfortunately, many organizations and many government agencies and many corporations, they wait until February to start thinking about it. But the most important thing is that you are here, and the fact that you attend these sessions, or at least one, because that was the requirement in order for you to apply for the grant, that means that any other information that is coming out of the committee or out of any government agency, you will be able to receive it from the Invest Newark directly. This is a collaboration between LISC, which is another non-for-profit, Invest Newark, and the Statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And we are very amazed that the way that the non-profits work in Newark specifically. Why? Because they really partner to make sure that you have access to this information. Usually, when you work with non-for-profits, everybody play nice until a dollar gets into the table and everybody want to claim that they are doing the administrative work. In Newark was different. Invest Newark received a grant from the city, and after that, we realized that we didn't have enough money to put the 4 sessions together the way that we wanted, and least chip in the rest of the money, and the rest is history. Now, we did these sessions over the past year, and basically we recycled them, and we put it together in a program just for 4 sessions. Why? Because it's not only what you need to do in order for you to take advantage of the World Cup. It's also the previous session this week was what not to do. Why? Because FIFA has 140 trademarks. If you use something with the FIFA logo, if you use the words World Cup, Mundial de Fútbol, if you use the trophy, you can be penalized, right? Now, many of the individuals, like I came from Colombia, we are not afraid because we think that they never will find us. But in the US it's different. They will find us, especially if you have a large business, and believe me, they will do all the legal paperwork in order for them to tell you that they own all the rights for those trademarks. Amy, please join us. You came, no, she already did, but we were waiting for you. What happened is we run out of
we love you, Emily.
I'll say hello. Hi, everyone. It was some street closures and traffic conspiring against me. But my name is Emily Manns. I'm the Chief Business Development Officer and Director of Marketing at Invest Newark. This is our 4th of a 4-part series. I'm sure Hilda already told you that. But we're just so happy to have you here. We're happy for our sponsors, JP Morgan Chase. We're proud to be partners with the Statewide Hispanic Chamber. We're also really thankful for LISC for making this happen today. So I don't want to take too much of your time. We want to get you to the speaker and this important topic to get noticed during the World Cup games. So
we were waiting for you, expecting you that you will bring more money, but
no,
Hilda already
just
announced
sweating me.
the grant. But what we mentioned to them is that today we just confirmed that we are doing a session on Monday at 6 p.m. with Bettina Garibaldi from the FIFA World Cup committee about how they can register for the reward program that they put together.
Yes, yes. So please continue. That's, there's so much happening. We put together this 4-part series, very customized topics for you, but there's more. There's Fan Fest happening. There's the Newark Alliance. They have their event calendar. There's the event Luis is mentioning on Monday. So, keep learning, keep going to these events, because the network of the people in the room are all other people that want to get involved in World Cup. So you can't really beat that. So thanks, Luis.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Ready, set, goal. Okay, Reina. Come. 6 p.m. It's online. It's online. Danilo, do you have the QR code? We probably don't have the latest version of the flyer. We do, with Bettina on it. No, okay. No, but we this morning they approved the one. She's better looking than me, but just use the QR code and use the QR code, and that will be enough just for you. And please share with other people that they don't have the ability to come today because the time, the traffic, wherever. Now, where is Reina? Oh, Reina. Reina have been talking about online visibility for many years. I will say that at least for the past 15 years. Remember, if you are not visible online, your business doesn't exist for those visitors that are coming to New Jersey. We're expecting in total probably 3 million people. They will spend at least 10 days on average. And we are expecting that they can spend $4 billion on 39 days. The World Cup doesn't start the day that the first game get played here. It's many opportunities that are happening already because the official sponsor of FIFA, they are trying to tell the world that they are official sponsors. And the ones that are not official sponsors, they don't want to miss the opportunity to do something. A lot of activities are happening. I hope that you take advantage of everything that is coming our way. Thank you. Reina, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. So are you guys ready? Yes. Yes. Ready, set? Go. Don't hear everybody. Where's everybody? Ready, set? Go. Louder. Ready, set? Go. All right. Do you remember when you're at the games? Is that how you say go? No. Go. Right? All right. Again then. Ready, set, go! All right. Now we're in the game. I love to see some familiar faces here. Thank you for coming today. My name is Reina Valenzuela. I'll tell you a little bit about me. But today we're going to cover this important topic, how to create your business playbook for the World Cup events. So, I always have the same problem with clickers. Can you stop there? Let me see if I can work it. Can you get out of the way, sir? Thank you. Nope, it's too far. All right, thank you. You click it for me? I don't click hard enough. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, you went too fast. Can you please go back? Thank you. Back to me. Me. Hello. You see, okay, I think I'm gonna do it. He's my partner in crime, so it's okay. We play that way. So my name is Reina Valenzuela. I'm founder of Starfish Global. Our goal is to help businesses with 3 T's: technology, techniques, and tools. And what I'm going to share with you today is a very special tool that we have been using I'll say since 2016, I have been a Grow with Google partner, our company. As a Grow with Google partner, we train businesses on how to use Google to, make their businesses known and searchable on maps and search engine, of course. But more than that, you have to be visible. You have to be found before you can actually connect with potential customers. And Google is the #1 search engine. So what I'm going to share to you today has to do with the Google program. However, even though this would be my 124th workshop that I've been doing since, 2016 when I started with Google. However, this is not an approved Google workshop. And you know why? For all the reasons that you heard if you came to last week's presentation from the legal aspects of it, right? All those trademarks, all those regulations and restrictions, they apply to Google too. So they say, you're going to do something, do it on your own game, not ours. So I said, yeah, sure, right? Why not? So that's why I'm still a high impact Google partner, and we still continue presenting, but this is for this. My disclaimer is this is not an official Google training workshop that I do. So next, thank you. So what we'll cover today is really very basic, how to use your business profile to turn the 2026 World Cup events into, bringing the tourism and get those opportunities that are coming to New Jersey. So think about where your business fits in all of this. We'll talk about how, if your business is eligible for a Google profile, and then we'll talk about how to leverage the tool to make your business more visible to the tourists. We will be speaking about the adaptation strategy, how to pivot and adjust what you already have so you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? We'll talk about how to manage your digital reputation, how to stand out, but show up in the best possible light. We'll talk about economic sectors with high projected activity during the event, the soccer season. I'm going to start using just the soccer season because we already know we can't say World Cup, right? World Cup. And then we'll talk about how to boost ideas using AI because it's out there and it makes a lot of things a lot easier, right? And then we want to talk about forming strategic alliances. There are a lot of businesses here already that might be able to connect and partner up and do things together. So I'll show you how some of that can happen or is already happening. And if we have time, we'll have Q&A. But before the Q&A, I want to do a live demo of how the business profile looks in the back end if you don't have one. First of all, who has already verified Google business profile? You do? Excellent. You do? Yes. Okay. So a lot of you don't. There's some shy people back there. I don't know why they're over there. Move over here. Shy people? No? Okay. You don't want to join us? That's all right. So we'll do Q&A after the demo. Okay? So next. Yeah. So is your business eligible for a Google profile? You're eligible if you have a brick and mortar store, a physical storefront, commercial building. And if because you take care of people on site, so you need to be on Google. But you can also be on Google with a verified profile if you have services. And for example, if you have home-based services, you can still list them on Google and have a profile verified as long as you have a direct contact with the public. Like you go to a location to service the client, or you meet at a specific area. So you designate service areas, not necessarily a specific location. So that is in the back end. You select the service areas where you travel to, or people come to you from those areas. So think about that as we move through this, because we'll have really great ideas of what you can do to maximize the use of these tools. Thank you. You're doing good. So what businesses are not eligible for profile? Well, the vacation rentals are not. And I know a lot of people will be, maybe renting homes, apartments, Airbnbs, and that kind of stuff. But they are not, rental properties are not to be listed on Google. Temporary or shared locations, like you have a co-working space, or you have a place where you just rent the space, the table, you can't use that to list your business on Google. You don't have a way to register and get verified on Google if you have a strictly online business. There's no direct contact with the customer, so you will not be verified. So I wanted to cover these areas because I want to make sure that you understand you probably can do something if you have a home-based business, but you service the clients in different locations, and you can list those locations. So next. Thank you. Nope. Oh, there, thank you. So what do you do if you already have the profile verified, or if you are thinking about it, or you're waiting for this? So for those of you that are taking pictures, I want you to know the presentation will be available on my website. The chamber will be sharing the link to the presentation after this series ends. So I guess next week they'll be sending out an email with links. Okay, so my link will be there for you guys. So what do? First, you post regular updates. You don't create a business listing and then don't post anything, because it needs to build traction, right? It needs to recognize that what your business does, how it does it, where you service, who you service. So when people search on Google, they'll find you. Why? Because the keywords, the key phrases, they're all connected. And when you're posting on Google, those regular updates are sometimes not viewed by the people, but guess what? The Google bots in the back end are categorizing, cataloging, and indexing your business for those specific keywords, for those specific types of services. So if you are not doing it, you have to do it right away. You have to start right away, because you're just missing out. You're missing out the opportunity. I see a familiar face over there. Oh my goodness. All right. So event posts. On Google, you can post events if you have a specific time where you have something happening in location and you want to advertise it. You can post it on Google as an event with a link for people to register for the event. You can do that. You can also set up offers. If you have discounts, if you have a specific platter you're creating for a specific game, right? You can create offers for those events. Events and offers are all part of the platform, and you can definitely just go and an update, post an offer, post an event. And of course, what you need to do, if you haven't been doing it yet, go up and maximize the use of this tool by putting all keywords and searches. You can actually search on your own profile and see what are the top keywords and use those when you post. So you will be avoiding those, intellectual property rights that FIFA has, right? With all those trademarks and service marks. You want to avoid those. But what you can do is, you can get very creative with this. You can say near the soccer stadium, New Jersey, right? Near an international fan-friendly soccer celebration. You can use words that people will know what it's about without having to use World Cup, without having to use Copa Mundial. And make sure that you have that list. If you did not come to the class that was here last week with Attorney Tania Ospino, you need to make sure that you learn that. You can actually Google it, say, what are the FIFA World Cup trademarks and service marks? And you get a whole list. So don't get in trouble because you didn't know, right? So make sure you can use some of the Google's attributes. You can actually list a lot of things like whether you have Wi-Fi or not. What kind of credit cards do you accept? Tourism will not be using cash. They want to use their credit cards, so make sure you list all the credit cards you're using, that you are accepting, and that you know they will be asking about. Thanks. Thank you. So the adaptation strategy. This is where you can get very creative. If you already have a set of products or services that you maybe bundle together and sell, you might want to create something different. Like for restaurants, right? You can create an appetizer for the match day sampler instead of the sampler. The match day sampler sounds really cool, right? You can call the language has to be such that it doesn't cause any problems with FIFA, but it does reflect your business, your brand, your creativity. So if you're in the wellness sector, you can create the recovery niche. If you are, if you have services in the spa or health and wellness center, you can create, the post-match recovery for tired fans, or fan essentials, create a package. You can create powerful alliances, and I'm gonna talk more about that towards the end, about creating packages with other businesses that are in your vicinity. And of course, you can partner up and create something really awesome that you can call the match recovery combo. And it doesn't have to be the same type of business. Actually, different kinds of businesses is better, right? Because you kind of don't compete, but you help each other out. So the visibility is key here. Now, you want to make sure, if you haven't already, go on your business profile, the Google business profile, also called the, GBP. You want to have a very good presence answering all your reviews. All your reviews, the good and the bad. You're not going to change the mind of the person that left the bad review. You won't. What you will do is show that you're professional, and when somebody else comes to read that review, guess what? They'll see how well the company is established, the staff is kind and friendly, and the review is professional. Short, brief, professional, it can be done. Now, you want to do also reviews quickly. Don't leave them hanging there forever. Make sure that you are answering them as they come in. So you will respond to negatives and positive. The positives are always great, right? But you can also, it helps your ranking, but it also helps you can create a post that says what people are saying about us, and connect that into your social media platform and share that. And of course, you will have a lot of different kinds of reviews that might be just a low star, but no message, no information. Answer those specifically. You want to say, we'd love to hear more about why you gave us a 1 star, right? It shows that you care. And having that constructive feedback is very important. Whenever possible, try to direct the conversation to a private conversation. Don't get in Google and start saying bad things. Like, oh, you are not telling this because you are a customer. You are actually a competitor of mine, and you want me to put on the bad on a bad light. But you want to have this conversation privately and direct that. Share the information. Please contact our manager to review this with you. And this is something you can do with your team. You can do it yourself, but on Google you can actually share your profile with other team members that can handle that stuff for you, because you probably will be too busy to do it yourself. So we have looked at different types of businesses, and we identified that these areas are really going to have a surge in clientele. Restaurants, of course. Think of the universals, like the cultural universals: food, music, right? Language. When tourists come, they want a tour, of course, right? Accommodations, where to stay. So remember, I said accommodations, cannot be posted on Google, but can do other things. So for restaurants, you will have high demands. How many restaurants here? Raise your hands if you have a restaurant. Where are the restaurants? One restaurant, two, three? Yes, all right. Three? Bakery. What do you have? Bagel shop. What do you have, sir? A food truck. Whoa, awesome. I love food trucks. Okay, so restaurants will be busy. You want to connect with restaurants, food trucks maybe even, right? Because they can come to you. So gift shops will be busy. Why? Because, they souvenirs, right? People want to take something with them. The tours and multilingual experiences are key here. Why? Because we want them to feel at home. You want to offer an experience that is really in their own language, if possible. Especially for tours, they want to learn about the area, and having simultaneous translation is very important for that. Accommodations, yeah, you cannot list it on Google, but you can do a lot on social media. So I'll cover that as well. And strategic alliances, really about connecting with other businesses and starting to feel like this is not something that you can do or you have to do all by yourself. You can actually build alliances that are very strong and very helpful to your business. So here are the 5 areas we have identified. The global kitchen is where the restaurants are, and I will talk about what you can do, how to do it. Then we'll talk about the souvenir scout, how to do, what to do, and how to do it, right? And the home base, what to do and how to do that. And then we'll talk about the bridge builder, which are the translations and tours, right? The translation and event translations. And that will be the bridge builder. And of course, we have the local insider, the people that know the area well and will be touring and providing transportation services to tourism. So, any of these businesses here, raise your hands. We know we have 3 restaurants, right? You are? Okay, what? Yes. Aha. You sell souvenirs then. Okay, any other? So we know restaurants, right? How about the souvenir scouts? Any more souvenir scouts here? Any more souvenir scouts? Yes. Okay. How about, the home rentals, the Airbnbs? No Airbnbs? Okay, well, they'll find a hotel somewhere, expensive place. Yes. Airbnb, all right. You have a restaurant too, no? Well, you got it all covered, don't you? Nice. And the tour companies, any tour companies here? No? Yes? Over there? Yeah, awesome. All right. So you see how things can start to be threaded along here? And I'll show you a really cool example at the end. Go ahead. All right. So restaurants, what to do? What do you do? So the watch party post, create a Google event. You have to be specific to the match that's happening that day. For example, if you're a Brazilian steakhouse, create an event for every Brazil match that you know, right? And then, of course, you will be putting menu photos with flags. You can upload lots of match day platters on the menu. You can pivot and recreate your menu with different dishes, changing the names so that you can showcase what's on the menu for that specific match. So there is a limited use for the menu feature to highlight special international events. What you want to do is save limited time only, right? For this season, we're having this specific dish, right? So you will be able to sell it as, try now, right? Instead of, oh, well, whenever. Next. So, how do you do that, right? You go create a headline, Brazil versus Morocco. This is a great example. Everybody's looking for Brazil, right? So the body of the message that you're going to post on Google will be looking for the best atmosphere to catch the match. We're serving a multicultural feast, right? Try our stadium sampler. Well, we went out there. And don't call it the Giant Stadium Sampler, because they have copyrights to our intellectual property rights. So now you are moving into creating a headline, a body, putting images, and you want to give that international flair. Say, se habla español también. También falamos portugués, right, Oscar? You fala portugués? Très bien, mon ami. All right. So think about what to do. There is a feature on the Google profile that you create a button and you say what you want to book or reserve a table, or the buttons are already specific and you select the one that you want to use, of course, but lead them to the place where they can make that reservation, okay? You went too fast. I have a pro tip in the back. All right. Upload your photos of your TV setup with a flag, the team flag, and make sure that it's a good photo, first of all, good lighting, good resolution. In that photo, by the way, when you post it, make sure that you don't upload something that has what Google calls phone stuffing. You put the phone number on top of the photo, so there's layers and stuff. It will probably be rejected. So make sure you don't, in any photo that you share, don't do any phone stuffing. Don't do a lot of text on the photo. It should not have any text. All the text will go in the description of the post. Next. Thank you. So the gift shops. Any gift shops here? Raise your hands. Yes, yeah, one here, right. So you create your product listing that you sell the goods that you're selling for this event, and make sure you have good inventory. Look at the keywords. Make sure, again, you stay away from the trademarks. You can say, for hyper-local bundles for New Jersey, have that New Jersey feel, right? The New Jersey experience, the Jersey Shore to Jersey Stadium approach, a gift back. So you might want to look at highlighting this product post on your profile. You can move them on social media as well. It doesn't have to stay on Google. What I would like you to do is not post on all the other places like Facebook, Instagram, wherever, but not on Google. If you're posting there, you should be also posting on Google. That's the use of that tool. So if you're going to have that multicultural approach, it's very important that you actually highlight that. If you have staff that speaks multiple languages, mention that. So, for example, here, I love New Jersey shirts with the colors of the Italian and Mexican flags. Isn't that cool? So let's move to the next. And how do you do it, right? Create a headline, take a piece of New Jersey home with you, for example. The body will say, forget the generic stadium merch. Our shop features limited edition World Cup 2026 collaborations by local artists. That's unique. That's catchy. That's trendy. And tourists love that. So you can have something, from hand-painted soccer balls to Jersey Shore-themed scarves. So find the perfect gift set that you can create. Now, the multicultural flair, the languages you speak. Make sure you add that in your posts. And if you've traveled, we've traveled quite a bit, and if you realize that carrying all that stuff home is hard sometimes, right? So if you offer any shipping, international shipping, make sure you mention that so they don't have to carry it home. So in this case, you will have the button that says order online. Make sure you tie to this button the link where the products are. Not just any product, not your general shop. The less clicks they have, the faster they'll convert. So make sure that you direct them to the place where they can place the order. Let's go to the next. Now, is Luz here? Luz? Yeah. Luz. Stand up, Luz. Where is Luz? I want you to meet Luz. Why are you hiding back there? You're not shy. Come over here. I want you to meet Luz. This lady is an amazing entrepreneur, right? I'm going to put her on the spotlight just because she's hiding back there. So these are the products that she has created. Oh, and she has one there. So thank you for bringing that demo. So she's a publisher. The company is Wintia Memoirs and has a publishing company. But look, she got creative and did all these mugs, puzzles. I never thought about puzzles. Great job. And a game for kids to play, and the beautiful mugs, water bottles. So hydration, right? Souvenirs, fun stuff for the kids. She got it all. And you're gonna be selling wholesale, right? Or just you wanna? How can these people connect with you, Luz?
You can go on the internet. My business is Wintia Memoirs, and we are using all the designs that we have been created for different books and putting to the World Cup. For the best suggestion is either to write me through the website or to the Statewide Chamber of Commerce. Statewide Chamber of Commerce, and we are trying to do wholesale.
So retailers, who's got a store here? Yes, there, over here. LaShandra, right? Did I get your name right, LaShandra? Oh, you finally got it. Thank you. So,
yeah, the color books, regardless of the World Cup.
Oh, you have coloring books. All right, awesome. Thank you, Luz. A big applause for Luz. All right. So when she told me she was doing this, I'm like, yeah, awesome. Show me. And she sent me all these beautiful photos. So I figured it's worth highlighting her work because it's inspiring, right? These are the kinds of things you can do. And you can connect with her and get them merged so you don't have to go create it on your own, right? So, next. So Airbnbs, we said what happened with Airbnbs? No listing, right? No listing. So what do? You're going to have to use social media for this. You want to mention, because tourists want to know. Distance to transit, the transportation, any kind of, train, bus, any kind of transportation method. They want to know. So be mindful of that. Think of, you're in a new place. What do you do? How do you get around, right? So make sure you have good videos and photos of your place. I highly recommend the 360 photo or videos because they get the feel for your place. Especially if it's a place where they're gonna sleep and stay, they wanna have a good, feel for the place. So make sure you have good photos and videos if possible. You can create guidebooks so they can know how to navigate the area. This is something that you can start, and you know that AI is everywhere, so you can actually use that to create some of these things, and you don't have to do it, or hire somebody to do it for you. But doing these guidebooks is going to be very helpful. You can use Google Docs or Maps to create that custom, local favorites map. I actually did an exercise on this, and it worked really well. So make sure that when you are posting, you are telling them how to connect with you. Next. So how to do it? Your headline. Create the home base, right? 15 minutes to the stadium. Who's 15 minutes to the stadium? I don't know. You are? Awesome. 15 minutes to the stadium. We have two businesses here. So the body of the message, the description of the post will be: beat the match day traffic, stay at our fan-friendly retreat with easy access to the Meadowlands rail line. We provide high-speed Wi-Fi for all the match streaming and a fan welcome kit. So you can do that. You can totally do that. We provide high-speed internet. If you don't have high-speed internet for tourists, you lost a lot of people already, because that's what they need. They need to be connected. Again, the multicultural flair. Make sure you mention that you speak English, French, Spanish, everything. You mention it. And the call to action will be book now. And that book now button might want to go to where you have your place, whether it's Airbnb, whether it is HomeAway. I don't know what other platforms are people using. Anybody? Airbnb is popular, right? So you can't post on Google, but you can definitely post on social media and get that ball rolling. Next. So the how to do it. Translation service. Oh, thank you. That was the how to do it. Translation services. So the bridge builder is that person or persons that will connect with the actual tourist in their language. So highlight this. And what I've seen working really well is the combination of the tours with the multilingual services. And with that being said, you want to create testimonials, post testimonials, and most of these companies already have a Google profile, so you can definitely use that. And you can form partnerships where the translation company is highlighting the work of the touring company. So one can post and mention the other. So next, how to do it? Next. How to do it. So create a headline, helping the world talk football in New Jersey. So the body was, are you a corporate sponsor? This is for events, right? If you're having an event at a specific venue, like hotels are having events, and different venues are having a whole lot of events, but the tourists will get lost. So we want to highlight that you do have the translation services, not just how to get there, but how to be part of it all. Make sure you're highlighting the languages you speak. It could be Arabic, I don't care. Make sure you highlight all the languages the company speaks. Any translation services here? No? Okay. Well, we have one. We have one I want you to meet. Oh, he's not here. Next. This is the how to do it. This is so the business leader in Dynamics Multilingual, Kevin Villalba, he's partnering up with a tour company or several tour companies to take people on different tours with simultaneous translation provided. So this is how these alliances are forming and helping the tourists and help us keep some of those billions of dollars that are coming in, right? So thank you for that. Next. All right. So the tours, the tour companies, no tour companies here, right? That's all right. There. Thank you. Can you stand up and tell me what's your company name? Don't be shy. Come on. How? Oh my God, awesome. All right. Uh-huh. Newark. Have you met Newark? Tours. Thank you so much. So you want to highlight the tours that you have and do the matching scheduling. Think about when the tours are happening and the days that there are no matches, people will be going out. So you want to partner up with the tour company, make sure that you are connecting the tourism to the location where you're at, whether it's Elizabeth or Newark or up in New Jersey, right near the stadium, East Rutherford, for example. So make sure you have a multilingual guide badge that will state, your business description, your attributes, the languages you speak, and make sure that you will have the whole range of a welcoming packet for the individuals that speak different languages. What we want New Jersey is to come across as what we are, a multicultural, connected, and welcoming state. So keep that in mind. I'm going to move to how to do it on your Google profile. So I'm going to put her back on the spot. Do you have a business profile verified? You do. Awesome. So your headline will be no match today? No problem, right? Explore hidden gems in New Jersey. The body and the description of the post will be the World Cup, no World Cup terms, okay? The game is more than just soccer. Join us for a multicultural New Jersey tour where we visit Ironbound Newark, for example, where we take you to the best Portuguese restaurants, and of course, go to the waterfront and look at the skyline in New York City, which the best views of this New York City skyline are from New Jersey, right? And we want to make sure the tourists know that. I thank you. I think somebody agrees with me. Yes, sir.
Pass the mic around.
Thank you. We're going to get a mic up. Yeah.
So for businesses that offer content creation and social media marketing, especially around like restaurants, multicultural kind of events and hidden gems, how would we leverage some of the Google business profile stuff that you've been talking about, and then maybe some of this local kind of insider perspective, because that's kind of what I'm doing as well. So just trying to figure out how I, would connect with maybe some of the businesses that are working here.
I love that question. So you are a marketing agency.
So I have a few social media accounts under Big City Bike.
So I'm quite familiar with that because I have like a dozen of them. So that you manage, right? So everything that I'm sharing with you, and I'm going to go into the back end, which you're familiar with, I'm sure, about how to manage it in the back end and what you can do to help those businesses, because you can help them, but they need to know that you can help them, right? And how. So I'll walk you through that. Thank you for that question. I think it's going to be great for the hands-on demo that I'm going to do. So make sure you have that multicultural flair. Connect with the other businesses here today, because they might need you, right? Okay. So make sure that you have that button that says, sign up or make your reservation here. get your tickets, right? So make sure that you are prepared for this. You should have all these assets ready. You should have the link to where they can buy, where they can make reservations, where they can find your company, and make sure that you're connecting with them, okay? Now, let me go to the next and show you an example. And this is Bodies and Faces Day Spa. I want to spotlight business leader Carolina Rodriguez. Stand up, Carolina. She's here, okay. So I'm going to use her account as a demo later. And what she's doing is she is showing the world what her business does to help the global fans through their journey in New Jersey. And in the Google Business Profile demo, we will show you how she has pivoted her services. So she has done some really cool stuff adapting the products and services she already has to something that's specific for the tourist. So here's the opportunity for you, right? The opportunity is capturing that wellness demand from the tourism, and they need a break, they need to relax, they need to decompress, and they have a place to go. So the digital pivot that she has done is she has used her current services and changed the name, the look and feel, created a package that is really suited for the tourist, okay? And I want you to, can you tell me a little bit more about the products you have adapted, like changed or reinvented, so to speak, right?
So we basically right now are working with with the current services that we had. We're just changing a little bit the name of it, attracting. Basically, our main focus is to attract the tourism from the FIFA. We want to right now explain our services, put our services out there, our business out there, so everybody gets familiar with it. You know, if they lost the game, they're stressed out, they can come and get a massage. If they just had a long flight after landing, they can come and get a jet lag facial or a massage or get in the sauna. If they walk for a long time on a day in New York, after that they can come and get a massage on their feet, things like that. So we're trying to adapt our services to attract the tourism.
Isn't that awesome? Good thinking. So I want to show you, go ahead, next. All right, this is what she was talking about. This is how she pivoted. Didn't redo her whole thing, right? Just redid. The branding is the same, the products, services are the same, but she got creative with what she's calling this and how she's packaging it. So you need to connect with the tour lady over there. She's gonna love one of my slides. All right, so this is what Carolina was talking about. This is reinventing, and not really have to do it all over and just, rename it. That platter, that sampler that you have can just be the final match sampler, right?
That we're so close, so promoting that we're close to, in my case, I'm really 10 minutes away from the train station, 15 minutes away from the Newark airport, 30 minutes away from the stadium, the New Jersey, the Garden State, whatever that is.
Jersey Gardens is close by. Yeah, she's in Elizabeth, Almora, right? Almora Avenue. Okay, so what do you think about this? Good, right? Thumbs up. So, yeah. Let's move to the next. All right, so create a tour that takes people places. A tour of Newark. Discover Newark, right? So in this case, this is from Carolina. Her building, her spa is in the center, and she is bringing the traffic into her spa, but also connecting with the souvenir shop, right? The restaurant, showing where the train station is. So it's a whole tour. So they're not coming for the day just to get a massage. They're coming for the entire experience. And this is something you cannot create all by yourself because you need to connect with other businesses. So how many of you here are ready to connect? Yeah, who's ready here to get in the game? All right, so we're gonna, but before we leave today, you wanna connect with other businesses that are already here that will be making this happen for you. You can be the center, the first stop, but then you want to show them what else is there so they can spend the day in your town, spend the day in Newark, spend the day in Elizabeth, not just that one thing. And I know finding those partnerships can be hard sometimes. And believe me, at the chamber, we do it all the time, right? We always build those alliances. It takes a little bit of time. So if you already are connected with other restaurants, other businesses, start that conversation now. Like, it's already a little bit, not too late, but it's still getting there. Right? Just make sure you keep that in mind and get to work right away. So I'm going to do a live demo. I'm going to have to go over there because my laptop is over there. And just watch it here. I'm going to do a live demo of Carolina's account. Are you ready, Carolina? Yeah, she's ready. All right. Yeah, we have to change resolution because we don't want it to look grainy. That's better. You can read it, right? Okay, so I'm sorry. I just want to connect. Your name? Rafael. I'm going to pick on you. Okay, Rafael is on the spot and Carolina is on the spot. Okay. So, I am sure that Rafael has an account that connects with all the businesses that he's managing. I am connecting with this one because Carolina gave me access to it, so I can show you what her account looks like. So first of all, you want to go, if you already have a profile that's verified, edit it. When you edit, I'm not going to do any edits right now, but here's where you want to edit. If you are going to have a match, you want to change the hours of operation if you're going to stay open later or you're going to close, you're going to open late or stay closed like to the late morning hours, to adjust all your hours of operation to specific match games, especially if you're going to be open all night. And I don't know if you have those restrictions as to how late you can be open, but make sure that you adjust your hours of operations. If you're going to be closed that day, make sure that your hours of operations are clear. You want to have, in this section here, these are the business categories that I was sharing with you. These are the types of services she's offering. This is the description of her business, when she opened up, how to connect with her. She has turned on the chat. How many of you know that you can have a chat on your Google profile open so people can text you through that chat? The chat bot is always open. Make sure somebody is checking on the chat, and any messages that come in, you are addressing the questions. You are connected with all the social profiles that you already have, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. You want to make sure you have the link for your services because this is the link that will pop up. And of course, in this case, her operation is in Elizabeth, in Elmore Avenue, Elizabeth, and that's why it's showing here on the map. But if you have a service area, you want to show all the service areas and make sure that if you're servicing, especially if you're in the tour services, you want to make sure that you are showing all the areas that you cover. Okay? So you will update contact, update location, no location, no, hours of operation. And if you're gonna be closed that day, make sure you mark it. Sometimes people don't update these things, and tourists hate to go to a place and then it's closed and it's not noted in Google. So I'm gonna go back because I don't wanna miss this for her. So here where you go and edit your review,